And we're live. Hey everybody, and welcome. So today, as the start of every single stream so far, we will continue with where we stopped at the last stream. Last week there was only one stream due to me being a bit sick, so I sounded like a baby seal, so I really couldn't speak, so there was only one. So here we are this week, trying to continue on where we left off this cafe. And so far what we have done is we made the seating arrangement here for the side. We put down those little seats. We have some seating arrangements for the interior. We got the seating arrangements for the exterior, played around with the frame for our little cafe. So now what we would need to do is probably take a swing at the bar here. Work a bit on our piece over here for the high table, or we need to decide what we want to do for the table for these guys over here, and then start to deal with, well, the small filler things for this bar to make it actually look like a cafe interior. Alright, so having said all of that, I will need you guys to help me out with what we want to add here, or with the choices that we do. As always, I will have the Discord channel open up on the side, so feel free, jump in, put your ideas in the streaming related channel, and we'll go from there and see what happens. Alright. So, first thing that I want to address here would probably be the simpler one, and that would be the seating arrangement here, or some sort. I need a high table for this piece. So let's go ahead and actually try to scope out something like that. I'm going to open up Google and try to find something over there. Well, actually, first of all, let's see, is there something like that in the bar that we're referencing for a lot of our stuff? Well, interesting thing about the bar. I like how this thing was made, so we might actually go ahead and do something similar when we get to the bar. But for now, I'm trying to find something that would be used as a corner high table, but I don't think that this place has anything like that. So yeah, just these tall tables, and that's not what I want. So all right, let's go ahead and try to find us a tall table cafe. All right, okay. All right, something similar to this can work. Kind of curious to see if one of those smaller tables that we already created here, maybe I can take this thing and scale it out to size in here. So let's see, like this. First of all, let's just copy this thing over here. Rotate it around 90, that's fine. Alright, I'm going to delete you. Now here, I don't want to actually do any scale because this thing is modeled correctly. We can just move around some vertices and get it to the right position. So let's do that. Oops, wait a second. This actually has a chamfer on top, so I'm going to have to go a lower. Select these guys, move them over like this. Move this thing over to this side. Alright, edit poly again. Move it over. Same thing over here. Alright, now the thing here is that if we have this thing being this long, I would probably need another or different structural guard here, so this would probably go all the way up to here. And there would be another one, so mirrored on the X as a copy. Let's see if this thing is going to fit in here. Oh yes, it is. Alright, cool. So if we have this thing like this, what I'm going to do is just get one more as a copy. Hey Vladimir, how's it going? Welcome to the stream, dude. And the thing that I always say when I'm streaming, I do apologize if I don't see your comments right away. Generally when I'm modeling something, I tend to like not see your comments right away. So one over there, another one in here, that's gonna work. All right. That's cool. That's fine. That's close enough. Yeah, cool. We can actually work with this. Although, yeah, I might want to, yeah, get this thing a bit higher. Because the way it is, not enough space for you to fit your legs in there. There we go. I think now it's more in tune with what would be realistic for this sort of a table. All right, cool. We got that high table out of the way. Now, let's address this bar. It's the center point for this cafe. So let me first of all, let's see if I can actually go ahead and get something out of this place. All right, so this thing doesn't have a corner, or does it? Oh yeah, it does. It's a small one, it's not very usable, but still it makes a turn. I'm guessing this is some sort of a wood, but then it has this plaster look on it. And then on top of it, it has this frame. And the great thing about this frame is that it goes up into a full frame that can be used as a storage and glasses and everything. So yeah, not a bad design. And the great thing, come over here. Yeah, you have a place where you can get some orders in. Why not? Let's go with something similar then. The great thing about that is that I can use what I have here already as the actual base for my bar. So I'm going to save this thing. And from here, we can start building on top of this thing. So what I'm going to do is just take this thing, put it over on the other side so I can actually look at it. All right, cool. So one of the things that I do like is this piece, this drop. I'm guessing this is where the waiters come in to take their orders. So not a bad choice to have. And we can put that thing over on this side. So basically you can have people sitting here. We just take all of these and move them just a tiny smidge over to this side. Like this, that's fine. And let's just double check about the height for the bar. So bar height. All right, the bar height should be, how much is this? Counter bar height, 110. All right. So 110. how tall is this thing? Yeah, this is 110. That's good. So we got that thing in here at the right height, but this is the right height. One of the things I do want to do here is make sure that when I'm creating this thing, I take this thing into account. There is another piece like on top of it, so with it would need to be 110. So this way around, I would make this thing 100, and I can put an extra 10 centimeters up on the top. So let me just isolate this thing. Now first of all, let's make this thing more straight. The way to do that would be just select these guys, make them planar. All right, make this thing planar. Oh, no. All right. That's better. I'm not really happy with how thick this thing is. All right, that's fine. Or what I can do is, just to make sure that this thing is the same exact width, grow this thing, detach, delete. There we go. There we go. Now I know for sure that this thing is going to have the same width everywhere. All right, cap this thing. There we go. Has the same width over there. It's fine on this side as well. Cool. Okay, so first I'm going to do is I want to get the dip over here. So I'm going to manually go in, add a couple of edges, and move this thing down like this. That's good. Okay, so for this, there shouldn't really be too much more to cover. So just select this as well, detach as a clone. This clone that we just created, give it a shell of 10 centimeters. So remember, we made this thing 100 on the bottom and we need to be 110. So that's good. I do have some issues with the smoothing, but the smoothing is not going to be a problem. Select everything, clear all, auto smooth. That's going to fix that issue with the smoothing. It's basically because we did the extrusion over there. So yeah, clear all, auto smooth. That's going to fix it. All right, so for this, I do want this thing to overhang a bit, because when I'm looking at it, this wooden piece on top of it kind of overhangs a bit. So for that, what I can do is just go on in the top, and now in the Y, move it for another, like, I don't know, 2 centimeters. Oops. In this case, -2, -2. And of course, it's going to save in the most ridiculous times, but yeah. And in the X, again, -2, -2. Now, over here, both of these, +2 on the X. And then over here, positive on the Y for 2. All right, so with this, we should have about 2 centimeters of an overhang, which I think might be a bit too little. So we might add in a bit more. But before we do that, wait a second. Let me just try and push this thing out for 3 centimeters. Yeah, this is going to work a lot faster. And I'm going to have a control over it, so I'm going to use the push. Now, again, auto smooth, that's going to fix the problem there we had. Although with the push, we're going to get some control issues. Mainly, this thing will be pushed upwards. We need it to be flat on the Z and lower it down so we can visually get a more correct look. Now, what I want to do here is again do my chamfer to add in the extra roundness on the edges, 0.1. Let's see if I zoom in here, I'm gonna have a pretty sharp edge, but looking at, whoops, the wrong one. Looking at it, let me just see. Looking at this image, I can see that this corner is pretty sharp as well, so not a big problem for this. I might though, we go ahead and do a 0.3. Yeah, that's more. It's just meeting the middle with a 0.2. All right, cool. Now, next thing I want to do is get some extra boards over here. So again, same thing, detach as a clone. Let's see what we have here. We have a shell. So copy the shell, put it here, paste, and then we have a push modifier. So I'm gonna have to copy this one as well, put it over here as a paste. With that same thing done, I'm gonna have to go ahead and make them both the same thickness. So without the chamfer, the way to do that is simply go in here, edit poly. Now take this thing and move it just up on the Y, snap it over here. All right, make this planar on the Z and snap it down to here. And once we have that thing done, I'm just gonna end the isolate and re-snap this thing back into position on the Z. There we go. That's fine. And the only thing I'm missing right now is just one more piece of wood that connects these two together. So let's go ahead and do that. And the way I'm gonna do that is I'm just gonna extrude this thing out a bit and then snap this thing from this corner up to this corner, like so. All right, let's do the same thing over here. Extrude and snap corner to corner. Awesome. Now, hit the chamfer, again 0.2. Turn on the chamfer here, 0.2, that's fine. All right. Now, one of the things I do see here is that I might actually need to move this, these a bit. To make it a bit thicker there. Maybe something like this. In turn, turn this thing on and move it over to here. There we go. We get a much more realistic look. Kind of has the look like both of them have the same thickness and it's continuing. So let's do the same thing over here as well then. Get it back. and get both of these. There we go. All right, cool. So let's really quickly just give it some placeholder materials. I know this is going to be wood, so for now I'm just going to use the wooden texture we have everywhere in this scene. So UV map, a boxy one for 100 by 100 by 100. Okay, maybe a bit bigger in this case. All right, copy it over from there, put it up here. All right, cool. So we got the countertop done. We have the base here. So yeah. All right, then so we make renders of the projects of the previous streams. Nope. The only thing that I've done in the previous streams was just the actual modeling phase. I didn't do anything of the any of the rendering, because rendering plus live streams is not a very fun idea, because, well, rendering times. Is that Coffee Lab initiative? Yes, it is. You can find the link on the Matterport, where you can just like walk around it, and yeah, you can see some ideas over here. Good morning, Dennis. Hello, chat. Hello. I'm not even gonna say your name, dude. Lapam. Yeah. No, not gonna say that name. Anyways, first thing that I want to do here. Oh yeah, I can see one other thing, that this thing. All right. So, interesting thing about this is that at least this thing has an extrude. Something like this. All right, cool. And on, they call you lamp, like a lamp. Yeah. Well, guess what? Next thing we're gonna be creating for this place is lamps. So yeah, you just came in at the right time. All right, so we got this cover. This thing here, well, for it, I can actually just, as a placeholder, reuse the texture that I use for the walls. It's kind of a similar thing, so hit it with a UV map, a box of 200, 200, 200. Alright, turn that thing off. Make it gray. Alright, now what else can I get out of this thing? Alright, so similar like what we have here for our corners. I need to create something similar for here. Oh, and another thing that we do have over here is this piece of wood with the logo on top of it, so we can get that thing incorporated into this design as well. So let's get that thing in. So get this, maybe this, and this all selected. Now I'm gonna hit a plane, create it from this corner in here to something like so. All right, not really visible, so I need to move it up front like that. All right, cool. So let's try it like this: 75, 180, 1 by 1. All right, snap from there to there. So this is what I want to do now. I want to get this thing to follow this curve and kind of taper out. So for that, I need to go in and add in some cuts in here. So one over here, another one over here, and then move this thing to maybe something like this. Actually, yeah, no, I'm gonna keep that thing up there and slowly move this thing in like so. Now I need to make it so it's kind of filling up this opening because I have a rather angular end here. I want to get around that thing. So what I need to do is put in another extra edge in here, make that thing on the Z or planar on the Y in this case. And definitely just change this red color because it's killing my eyes. All right, green, better. Okay, much better. Okay, so delete this polygon, move this thing more in line with what we have here as a shape. Pull it in like that. Okay, cool, we got that. So shell this thing. All right, stop auto-saving every time I do something, damn it. All right, that's cool, but I need it to be flush with what I have in here. So I'm just gonna take this thing, put it up there, turn off the chamfer. All right, copy and paste. Well, at least the opening here is capped now, but for some reason something is off. So let's see. When I put on the texture, it'll be okay. Let's see if I rotate this thing around. 90, yeah, this is gonna work better. Although I might just go ahead and let's do it like this. There we go. So we have a line that I can just follow. There we go. Pull this thing up. Alright, so that I no longer need this line, I can delete it. Alright, cool. And up here on the front, I can just do this. Take my logo from here, copy it around, pull it down, rotate, and slap it on top of, really? Ah, of course. All right, scale it outwards. Well, I can either have something similar to this or create some geometry for it and then use it as a logo somewhere else, but we'll see. For now, I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm going to resave. And now, time to create the frame for this thing. And maybe we can even create a frame that's going to be similar to what we see here, which is not going to be a bad idea. That's going to fill up this entire space in here. It's going to make it more believable. Oh, another thing that I might want to change in here while I'm here is I can go in, add in one cut in here. Make this thing planar on the Z, like that. So now, make one cut, maybe like this, and another one over here. And the reason for creating those is quite simple. I just want to have a bar that won't have this geometry. So instead, well, actually I'm going to select this thing as well. Let's add in this thing, deselect that. All right, so delete that. Then go ahead, do this bridge. $78. All right, that's cool. So now go in from here. Oops. All right. Try to snap this thing there. There we go. Really? Weld. There we go. This thing can get bridged. I really hate when I have a material to something like this. There we go. So now I can see it better. All right, now I want to get these guys off and just snap over to this side. Weld. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see if it's gonna bridge. Yes, it will. Just cap this thing. All right, now this is gonna be more in tune with what you would expect from a bar. And in here though, I just added another chamfer as well. So again, 0.3 would work. Okay, back with our original texture. This is again covered with the frame up here like this. All right, so let's create this frame around it. So for this, what I need to do is select all of the important elements, the ones that are actually into the bar. And now, let's, well, I'm gonna save as a new version of this thing. cafe style, scene 05. Oh, and by the way, if you guys have any ideas that you want to share or something that you would want me to create after we're finished with this, go in over in the Discord channel, drop it down in a streaming related, and we can create something. Now for this, what I want to do is go down to edit poly, and I want to select everything in here. Like this is going to be the full face. By selecting it, I don't have to create this thing from scratch. I can just reuse it as a clone, and I can start modifying the clone. There we go. So select just these guys off. All right, cool. Now first thing, I want to get rid of that edge. It's not really needed. That's not bringing anything to the table. So if nothing is, if that thing is not bringing anything of importance, it has nothing to do, or it has no point being in our scene, so that's fine. Actually, okay, till about there. All right, that's cool. Well, let's just go ahead and do this. Get rid of all of those. Put it down to there. Alright, this is actually not bad. This can work. I just need to snap this thing on the outer edge, like that. And cool. So I can start dividing this thing into the elements. So $sign material equals undefined. All right, cool. So with this, let's go ahead and do some cuts. So slice plane. All right, one slice like this for that. Then comes the straight ones, but this time around just get it so it's at a corner, at a rate that's going to be similar to something like this maybe. There we go, to the corner, slice, flip it around, 90 on this side. Slice, then another turn at 90 over here, and one more maybe like slice in here. Well, for now, these are gonna be well enough, but actually I want to just select this guy off, slice plane, and put one in the middle. Slice and turn it off. There we go. Okay, so having this, now I can do the same thing we did previously with when we made the pillar elements, and that is choose all of these lines. I want to actually get the ones that are horizontal first. So all of these without the corner one. And create shape from selection, linear ones. Control I. That's going to get me the inverted selection. Create shape from selection as well. Smooth, linear. Okay. So what will this what this will allow me to do is go in here with the rendering applied, just go rectangular, go 2 by 2, and in here again same thing, 2 by 3 this time around, because I want to have this thing a bit bigger. Except for this one in here, this probably can be. Alright, so detach this. Where is my detach? There we go. So this one, since it's supposed to be in the middle of this one, it's going to be 2 by 1.8 or 1.5. There we go. It's visually not really going to be seen. That's going to work. That's going to be fine. Now for this, go in here, put on a chamfer modifier on a very small amount. Maybe 0.1. It might even be too much on this case, but no, it's actually fine. So copy it over, put it on top of our other splines that we just created, paste. Awesome. All right. Whoops. Okay, so we have the frame. So now I need to create some of the planks and the geometry for the rest in here. Oh, snap. All right, a bit of a problem. I did not see this. So let's fix this thing really fast. And that is move this thing back till it's at the position. Actually, let's just see how far it needs to go. It needs to go, what is this? About 7 centimeters. All right, so let's just move it exactly 7 on the Y. The reason for moving it exactly 7 is that now I have the number as to which I need to change these guys as well, so everything goes the same distance. So 7 on the Y. And this one again will go 7 on the Y. Y7. There you go. So now the frame is actually on the bar. Okay, that's fine. This is okay on this side as well. All right, awesome. Now let's choose where we're gonna put our wooden panels and where we're gonna put the metal ones and the wireframe. Okay, so for this thing, I can see that it's a combination of all of them. So let's go ahead and do that. If we're gonna have a combo, what I'm gonna do is get both of these big ones actually be filled up with planks. So these two can be wooden planks. Well, maybe, yeah, well, this one is gonna be a big plank, so no need to put any wood over there. So let's go ahead and detach these two as a clone. Hey Dane Sebastian, welcome as a new subscriber. All right, so put it up here. Perfect. Now this thing, and I want to see if I can actually get away by doing this thing in a cheating way. That cheating way would be to use the floor generator That's gonna give me some options, not the ideal ones, but we'll see. So grout length, yeah, the grout length is gonna give me, let's try 10 centimeters. Maximum length is fine. Maximum width, let's try 30. 20, 10. Nope. Nope. Alright, I'm gonna have to rotate this thing with the direction. Alright, direction is gonna work this way around. Oh, damn it. Oh. Okay, cool. Well, at least that works. So now I need to find the grout length here. Probably should be a bit smaller. Let's try with, well, first of all, let me make it a different color so I can see what the hell is going on. There we go. So what I want to do is maybe make this thing 5, make these guys a bit bigger, 20, because if we take a look at here, we're gonna see that it's not really that viable, but snap. So some of these are actually going across, some are going up and down. Not a bad way to break it up. So all right. All right, then. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take the high poly. Just get this, detach. You know, that's a funny thing. I've seen a lot of people are asking me about creating post-production and rendering for this. So I might actually go ahead and create the rendering and post-production for this scene, as well as the other scenes, and put them in actual tutorials on how to do it. Because I'd be damned if I'm going to do that thing on live. Rendering, setting up lights, post-production is all things that takes a lot of time, and doing it on a live stream is simply not the smartest thing ever. Alright, extrude 0.5. But yeah, I can do it as a separate tutorial. It's gonna make it more interesting. Alright, so here I'm gonna go floor generator. Alright, copy. Paste. But this time around now, change the direction. Really? Minus 90. But now, damn it. Alright, the width needs to be smaller. Yeah, this works. Alright, so if this thing is this far in, I want to decrease 0.2. There we go. The bevel is what is screwing up my thing. 0.2. Alright, awesome. So get both of them. Well, actually, let's individually put a UV map on top of it. So 100 by 100 by 100. Awesome. Now, put on the same texture. Alright, for this one though, we do want to have this UV map flipped, so let's go and rotate 90 degrees. Alright, and de-isolate. Let me just see something. If I can go in and steal some of the geometry from here. Alright, copy it down. Okay. Is there enough to go around? Well, maybe not there, but let's just make this thing properly. I don't want to skimp out on stuff that's not perfectly aligned, because later on it's just gonna come back and bite me. Alright, again, select all of these guys individually, select. Okay, so this one is gonna be a net, that's gonna be a net, that's gonna be one that's gonna go across, and that one is going to go. Okay, so let's select the nets first. So this one, and this one. Detach as a clone. Awesome. All right, go to slice plane. Actually, you know what? No. We're not going to be doing a slice plane. What I'm going to do here for this one is select these edges, go to connect, (15), and damn it, these are not flat. All right, so I guess this one is going to be done separately. All right, detach again, not as a clone, just detach it as simple. If I connect this thing now, it's gonna, oh, actually no, it's working just fine. All right. If that thing works, then let's go in and, well, this time around we're gonna go with the manual slice plane. Just rotate around. Slice. Slice. All right. Come to think of it, there is a faster way of doing this. Could have just done is make a simple polygon, subdivided it to the numbers that I want to just extrude a line and project it over that thing, but it's done now, so yeah, saw that idea. It's a funny thing, whenever I'm working something like this, while when I get to maybe halfway there. I think of a way that this could have been done a lot faster, but then I'm so far in with doing it the way that I've started doing it, I never go back. So it's meh. Alright, that's fine. Okay, cool. So once we have this, I want to select all of those. As long as we have, oh no, without a ring. So I'm gonna have to go in here and manually select all of these guys off. Can ring it because when it rings it selects the corner ones, and then I have to go in and manually select the borders, and that's a no. Create a shape, linear, okay, keep it up like that. And damn it, why is this thing turning here? No, really? Okay, we'll fix you another way then. Alright, so those are done. Let's select these ones. Let me just do this, okay. Loop. Okay, deselect a border. This is time consuming. But it's the small details like this that really pay the dividend when you're doing the rendering. Alright, that's fine. Create shape from selection, linear, that's fine. And the only thing that I'm missing is now the borders. Border wise, create shape. Let's see if this is going to work like this. Alright, and the isolate. Alright, make these a lot smaller, one by one. Same thing over here, one by one. Well, actually, let's make this 1.3. There we go. So it's kind of on top of it. So, okay, one by one works here. It doesn't work there. Okay, why not? Alright, that's fine. Let's just select this. Of course, this is at a slight angle. Of course it is. Because why wouldn't it be? No. Alright, so 1.3, and this is going to be 1.3. That it does too. But the thing here is it's not this thick, and it's round. It's radial. Let's try it at 0.5. Much better. Radial 0.6, 0.3. All right, 0.4. All right, much more in tune with what I'm seeing here. Now, if I was very into the way that this thing was made, the way that I would have made this is if you take a look at here. This is actually made so that this is a weaving pattern. So you can just create one of these and then make it so it's a tileable geometry and make a lot of them, but that's a very, very minor detail that is really not going to be seen by anybody, so no point in going in there and trying to fix what is not initially broken. Let's just put it that way. Alright, that's fine. Anti-isolate. Alright, let's see what I have here. Okay. Nope, that's not the one that I'm looking at. Yeah, it's this one. Delete that. We don't need it. Now this one. Nope. 281. It's, yeah, this one. Alright, do the same thing over here. But for this one though, now I'm going to do this plain. Actually, you know what? Delete that. There we go. Plain and a poly. Alright, awesome. Cut from there to... Well, actually, you know what? Before we cut, let me just do the divisions I want to have. So select damage, just select, yeah, we go. So connect. Maybe like 40. Let's see about connecting these, but we want to get more or less uniform size for these, like this. That's awesome. Now go from cut from there to all the way there, and from there all the way down to there. All right. Oh. Okay, I guess we'll do it one by one. What I need and what I don't need. One of the things that they haven't really fixed in Max ever since Max 2000 and, well, it wasn't even 2000, it was Max 7 I think, or Max 8, something like that, is that when you are cutting it, if you go from point A to point B, it really won't want to cut, but if you go from point B to point A, it will gladly do the cutting. So yeah, great job. You know what, we can use that thing, doesn't really matter, we just need something to help me see where exactly this thing is supposed to. No, this seems to be the front. What the hell? There we go, from point A to point B. Just seriously? Okay, let's try cutting this thing one more time. So from point A all the way down to over here. Awesome. What is left is, well, actually, you know what? Let's just do this. Control click. Alright, delete that. Now delete this. There we go, much faster. And now just go in, select all of these ones that are horizontal ones. That's fine. So connect, no, create shape, linear, that's fine. All right, Control or Alt Q just to isolate. Actually, let's go to there. So we ring it, then we loop and create another shape. Linear, it's fine. And the last one is the border. Again, create the same thing. Create shape, linear, that's fine. And end of isolate. Oh, damn it. Okay, now I no longer need that thing underneath. I do need to fix what I just did over here. It's a bit of a mess. So first, radial of a 0.3, radial 0.2. Something is really wonky over here. So weld. There we go. That's gonna be okay. I don't have to really do much over there. Honestly though, I can just go in, select all of those edges that are not, or not edges, but the vertices that are not a corner vertice, like all of those in here as well. I'm not touching those two. And these, and delete. That's gonna clean up my geometry quite a bit. All right, let's just quickly check and see what I used over here. For the frame, I use a chamfer of a 0.1. So copy. What about the editable spline? It's a rectangular 2x2. All right, let's try it over here. Rectangular 2x2 with a chamfer. Not a bad choice, not a bad choice. All right, select both of them, move them in a tiny bit like this. So it's inside. And again, this is not a flat surface, so it's moving a bit on a wonky scale. Oh. There we go, just move this thing ever so slightly on the Y so it's no longer clipping. That's fine. If I need to fix it, later on I can just do whatever I need to with it. Alright, so this is the thing. I got everything done over there. I guess the only thing left to do is fill in this gap over here. And if I'm honest, I actually want to leave those two open. So without that, this is how, oh, this is gonna look. Oh, definitely not gonna leave it like this then. All right, so let's use this thing. Detach. As a clone, it's fine. 83. Go to connect. No. Okay, then. I guess we're gonna go down to our old way of cutting with the help of the, where's my slice plane? But this time around though, I'm gonna make it so it's at a steeper angle, something like this. So one slice, two slices, three slices, four slices. That's it. I don't need anything more. So create shape from selection. Linears are fine. No longer need that. Alright, cool, better. Alright, paste the chamfer from the other side. The edible spline, this needs to be a bit smaller, so 1.8, 1.5, 1. Okay, 1 would work. It's no longer in the way. Alright, cool, that's fine. I'm not putting anything in there, so the only thing that's left is this piece over here. So detach as a clone again, and this is the last one. Once we're done with this, we basically have this thing done. So let's isolate again in the, which one, the left, all right. Cut with, where's my slice plane? There we go. One slice, 2 slices, 3 slices, and the 4th one. Awesome, that's done. Create shape, linear. All right, I no longer need you. 2 by 1 on the rectangular one, 2 by 1, there we go. Paste the chamfer, same thing as this one. Ah, damn it, this this should have been mirrored. This is annoying. Let me just see if I can fix it this way. You know what? I'm not fixing that. Leave it like that for now. I just want to have this thing going the other way. Alright, just get back to being mirrored on this side. No clone, it's, I guess it's better than nothing for now. Okay, so another thing that I can see here that it's looking at me right in the face is that at the bottom over here there's a bit of a lip from the ground, and in there they've snuck in some light, which is kind of interesting way of putting in some extra lighting for your thing. So let's add that really quickly while we're still here. First of all, let's just select all of these elements that I just created. All of that is fine. Select that, select this, this, and all of them, just move them upwards a bit. Whoop. Forgot that. And this, let's see if I forgot anything else. No, that's fine. So when I move this, yeah, that's fine. Move it upwards just a tiny bit like this. Make sure it doesn't touch over there. Cool. All right. Get rid of this backside over here. Delete that. That's cool. Now for here, let's get that lip modeled in. So one side over here, another one in there. Okay, cool. No. What the hell just happened? Alright, go in there. What? Ah, of course, I selected that extra edge. There we go. So now it's better. Get this thing to weld. Get it to weld over here as well. So select this. Deselect that and deselect this, and let's see if the bridge is gonna work. Yep, it's working. UV, done. There we go. Everything is placed in, and of course it's a bit. Well, actually, you know what? It's actually okay like that. I don't want it on this side, I just need it on this side, so it's cool. Awesome. Hey Farouk, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while. Okay, so we got that lip done. We got majority of this bar put in. So now the question is, do we want to have this sort of a element above it? And I do like it. Just place a lot of stuff up there, fills up the place nicely, so why not? Okay, save. That's fine. It's fine. Okay, so for this, why was the stream moved to an hour earlier? It wasn't. My guess is that it's due to winter saving time or daylight saving time, whatever it's called. But that thing happened like, what, weeks ago. Hey, if the chat is dull, it's your guys' job to make it more interesting. I'm here to answer any questions, and you guys are here to give me some ideas. Because if you guys are not giving me ideas, there is nothing for me to do. And I might as well just finish up the stream. Alright, that's okay. We got that thing done. Alright, let's get this thing in the top here. For the top, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to reuse some of the geometry in here. This, and this. Detach as a clone, that's fine. Bridge this thing across so you have that geometry back. Pull it upwards. Now I will need the help of my trusty helper. In this case, it's not Uncle Bob. In this case, it's Barman Bob. Alright, let's put it up here. So there we go. So you're standing right there. So you're going to be used as a reference. So how high this thing should be. Maybe something like this. Okay, and then put a shell. The shell should be maybe 50 is gonna work. Maybe bring it down a bit. Well, Farouk, that's the question that I was asked previously, and since I've had quite a few of you guys actually ask me about that thing, I will see about creating some tutorials on how to do those rendering and texturing videos, because I don't want to do them on a live stream, because that kind of takes time, especially when you need to render stuff. So you need to like let it render for like 10, 20, 30 minutes, and that would not simply work on a live stream. That would be a very, very bad idea. So I might go ahead and do some tutorials on how to do those. All right, so for this, connect. Oops. Nope. These two, chamfer 5. Alright, so this thing goes up to 25. Oh no. Minus 15. Much better. Yeah. I wish that when I was rendering stuff, it only takes it like a few minutes to render, but it doesn't. It's my amazing editing skills that prove to me that I can at least do that when it comes to editing. Renders do not take a minute. To anybody who has actually gone ahead and bought the premium lighting tutorial, they're gonna see that a lot of the time that when I do the renders and it takes 1 second in the video, I go ahead and tell them that in reality it takes about 15 or 20 minutes, and then tell them how to fix those 15-20 minutes and reduce them down to, like, I don't know, 5 minutes or 2 minutes. And yeah, but I really hope that the new CPUs that come out from Ryzen this year, they're gonna be everything that they're ramped up to be, because I'm really overdue for a CPU upgrade. I want to buy the Ryzen 3, the 16 core one, and that's gonna be an almost 500% increase at CPU power, if you ask me, if everything is more or less like Ryzen promised it would be. Alright, move that thing up a bit. There we go. Connect. One segment, make it on the Z planar. There we go. Alright, there we go. 2x 1080 Ti's. That's a GPU. You need a CPU for rendering. At least for non-hybrid rendering for the viewport, but for finalized rendering, you need CPU, especially when you're rendering with V-Ray. Okay, so for this, let's see. Now I have the frame. What do I think about the Corona? It's a good renderer, but sadly I don't use it that much, so not the best guy to ask about Corona. Actually, you know what? Select everything. Okay, that's fine, that's fine, that's okay, everything's... Huh. Alright, let's do this. First of all, let's get rid of all of these. Oop. Yeah, V-Ray next is really fast, that much I can tell you as well. But then again, I'm really hesitant at buying the new GPU from NVIDIA. Like, the RTX are great cards, but they're terribly overpriced as for what they're offering at the moment. We'll see. I'm kind of considering buying an RTX just for one thing, and that's not the improvements for that I would get from V-Ray Next. It's due to one thing and one thing alone, and that is the real-time ray tracing that Unreal has. That thing is amazing. I want to play with it, but I don't want to go ahead and spend $800 just for a gimmick. So we'll see what AMD announces in the upcoming month or so. If they don't announce anything, then I'm just gonna go ahead and buy an RTX card. But I'm really kind of hoping that, yeah, that's what I said. I'm kind of waiting to see what Navi does. From some of the things that I read, Navi will bring real-time ray tracing without actual need for hardware support. So that's going to be interesting. If they do that, then they're going to change the game. Alright, create the shape. Alright. Height. Awesome. I can work with this, work with that. X brings it outwards to -3.5. Alright, so in the X of -3.5. -3.5. There we go. $sign material equals undefined. Awesome. All right, so we got the frame here. Oh, snap. Did I just... Yeah, that's good. For a second there, I thought that I had deleted this thing. Then I would have been not so happy. All right, so 1, 2, and 3. Detach. As a clone, that's fine. Alright, center to object. Move it down. Actually, move it all the way down. So go to shell. Shell it for 1 centimeter. And chamfer it for 0.1. Then another one that would go up to about here as a copy. Alright, add selection. Oh, no. Okay, so it's a... This is what I hate when it's skewed. When the geometry is skewed a bit, it's a pain in the you-know-what. NVIDIA needs a real competitor. Well, they sure do, and they're getting it. AMD is breathing down their neck, and now Intel is breathing down their neck as well. Intel announced that they're coming up with GPUs that are going to be doing a lot of the stuff that NVIDIA is doing right now. And some of that stuff is the AI computation as well. So, yeah. That's going to be fun for NVIDIA. Alright. Chamfer of 0.1. There we go. Alright, this thing goes down. I just copy it as an element. That way I don't have to redo everything that I did. There we go. So UV map. Box to 200, 200, 200. Well, let's just try a smaller one, 150, 150, 150. Copy, paste, and paste. All right, cool. So with this, I actually do have that thing. Dennis kindly makes some streams about environments for exterior ArcViz. Yeah, that would be a nice thing to do. If I only had the time. Alright, let's just do this then. Get rid of this. Actually, no, don't get rid of it. Just lower it down to here. There we go. Oh, I got a question for anybody who's watching right now or who's might be watching this later on, and that is, do you guys play games? And which games do you play? I'm trying to find me some dudes to play some games with. Alright. Delete that. I'm not playing that cancer of Dota ever again. I have over 1,500 hours on Dota. So I'm not going to do that thing anymore. I'm trying to find me a game that's going to be fun for multiplayer. Something that would be interesting. Something that's not repetitive. I did go ahead and buy a game called The Forest. Has anybody played that game? Come on, anybody has played The Forest? Survival game? Horror survival game? Well, you see, a bunch of you actually have it. So if a bunch of you have it and you're you keep running around because you're cowards, why not just bunch up and play some multiplayer? We can go in as a team, have some fun while doing it. Alright, that's fun. Alright. Hey, what do you know? We almost got a bar done. Not bad. Not bad at all. And we still got half an hour to go on this stream, or more or less. I'm happy with how things are progressing. Alright, so show of hands. Who in here has the forest, and who would like to play it in a group? Yeah, I tried Ghost Recon Wildlands. Was not that impressed by it. Alright, we got this bar done now. Alright. You guys. You need to tell me, where are we going from here? What do we want to place in this bar? What are we missing? What should we do with it? And like always, this is why we have this Discord channel where you guys come in, post some ideas, and we see where we go from here. So I need some ideas now. Disregard the small things. Like, I can see the glasses, the fillers. We're talking about bigger things. Like, for example, what would be here as a bigger thing? Like even the lighting here, it's a secondary thing. You see nice lighting elements, but that would be probably next stream when we come in. What I'm trying to figure out is, what else do we put in? Like, maybe see in the background here we have something like this. I can put that thing while you guys give me some ideas. But if there are no ideas from you guys, then I might as well just end the stream and be done with it. So let's see. Let's select this. Alright. Ah, that sucks. What the hell did I just create? Alright, I need to make this thing 65 by 600 by 100. Alright, that's fine. Oh, hell no, this is way too big. 20, 30. 30 is gonna be fine. Probably more like 40. Alright, edit poly. And I want to raise this thing up to maybe about this height and move it up to about here. Actually move it all the way back to maybe like here-ish. Reason is I want to be have whoever's going to be inside be able to like walk around here, get the orders, and then walk back right here. So from this, like this, so connect 4, connect. Not bad. Alright, so for now I want to do this. So okay, got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, inset 1 centimeter. Alright, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, inset a 1 centimeter, but by polygon. Alright, and this is gonna be like this, inset 1 centimeter by group. So now select all of these like this, extrude inwards at 36 is fine. Chamfer, again, small amount, 0.2. Visually, it's okay. Different color. UV map boxed to 100 by 100 by 100. The thing here is that we don't have any distinction between the woods, but like I said, for now this is just placeholders. And if I get around to doing the proper creation for materials and everything for this thing, then everything is going to have its own material. I know for a fact that this thing is going to have separate material for it, because right now it's using the flow generator, so it's for the geometry is getting from the floor generator, while the texture is being received by just a regular diffuse map. So that's a bit of a problem. Funny enough that on one of the Twitch test renders that I did, I actually spent about an hour creating textures for this thing. There was like, I think 3 people that saw that thing. There we go. Anyways, we got this thing for the back now. Not a bad thing. It kind of filled up this place. So what we would need to do is find up some filler items for this place, some filler items for this place, and for the entrance here. Oh, and here's another thing. Up here, I only have a filler place. Like this thing is supposed to be the window side. So let's go ahead and fix this. By fixing this, what I can do is make it a really simple thing. So for that, what I'm going to do is just make a small lip down at the bottom. Then detach this as a clone. Again, that's fine. This can have a shell on the... Oh, really? Where is it going? All right. Snap it to there. What the hell? Wait a second, something is really weird here. Is this thing? Oh, of course. That's why it's giving me that problem. Alright, so delete this. what I thought was that this thing was just one plane, but it turns out it's a whole wall. So I'm going to detach this as a clone. And now hey, wait. Detach that as a clone as well. And now delete the whole thing. What is left is going to have this thing, and this thing can be just a small wall. So cap it. And these two can have a small chamfer. 0.1. I don't want to use the other ones because that's going to give me a distinction between the wall, which kind of makes it so that I can select this wall like this maybe. And let's just try and do this. By doing it this way, what I can do is, yeah, pull it like this, isolate, and now snap it to there in height. And instead of having a separate element, I can just bridge it together like this, and it's actually going to be the same wall. Alright, delete that. Now the wall, not the wall, but the glass pane over here. I have a shell of, let's write 0.5 or 1. Alright, so I have the glass plane, but I do need to have some sort of a corner here for the glass or some frame. So for the frame one, what I'm going to do is just take this element and get the corner size from here, detach as a clone, get both of them. Now shell, inward 0, outer 1, 3. Alright, with a 3, edit poly, around connect, segment like this, chamfer it, 0.3, actually 0.5 would be better. Now extrude it inwards, local normal, -1. There we go. That's going to give me something to catch that bead of light with the chamfer of, again, very small amount. 0.2 would work. And the thing that I do want to do here is I want to make this thing into 2 planes. So connect one element and chamfer this with a 0.1 open chamfer like this, maybe 0. Even smaller, 0.5. Awesome. So with the shell, it's going to be enough to fill in that crevice like I thought. Yep. So when we chamfer these edges now, 0.1, and if we render is gonna have a visual distinction that there's an actual cut in there for the glass. So basically just two pieces of glass that have been put together and they're making this thing. There we go, that's cool. Alright, awesome. So that can work for the front. I'm definitely gonna need to rework on this thing a bit. So let's go and do that. And go 20. Yeah, there we go. It just kind of pops up outwards a tiny bit. And we get this thing. Alright. Alright, everything looks fine there. Cool. So we got the front done, we got the seating arrangement on the sides done. Majority of the work on the bar is done. And we got still like 8 minutes, but yeah, I'm not starting anything else on 8 minutes cooldown. So I'm gonna cut the stream here. Next time we will continue. Hopefully there's more of you guys around and you're more in the chatty mood. You give me some more ideas how to fill up this scene and we can continue on from there. So now back to what's really important, and that is my question about who's got the forest game, and does anybody want to play that game in multiplayer? If you do, now is your time to say it. Drop down into the Discord channel. There is a Twitch streaming channel in here. So jump in here, leave your info, I can add you, and later on when I decide to like chill out a bit, we can all get together and play the forest game together. And yeah, that would be it for this stream. I would like to thank everybody that was with me. I hope you guys had some fun. You managed to pick up some new tricks, you learned something, and all around it was a nice time you had while you were watching the stream. Again, at the end, like I said, if you are playing the forest game, drop your info in the Twitch streaming. We can get together later on and play the forest and genuinely have some fun. Anyways, that's it for today. And yeah, as always, thank you very much for watching and